G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Caitlin. I'm an American writer living in beautiful Sydney, Australia. And since moving to Australia, I've heard a lot of people complain that there has been a huge increase in American fast food here. So in case you haven't recently heard, Taco Bell here in Australia is not doing so well. In fact, they're closing a few of their stores. I've only had Taco Bell once since moving to Australia, and I can see why a lot of them are closing. It wasn't great. It was probably like 6 or 7 months after I moved over here. I saw they had one nearby, figured I would give it a try, and was very, very disappointed. So that same Taco Bell is still around. Before all of them start closing down around here, I figured let's give it one last try. Let's see what Taco Bell is actually like here in Australia. So grab a Bicky or some takeaway, grab a cuppa, and let's get right into this video. So right off the bat, we're not starting very strong. I had ordered a Mountain Dew on purpose, and I don't know what this is, but it's brown. I assume it's probably Pepsi. Hopefully not like Pepsi Max or something, because I can't do artificial sugars, but let's see. Yep, that tastes artificial. Great. So we're not starting off great. We have a drink that I can't actually drink. So much for that. Luckily, I do have regular drinks here as well. So just pop one of these open, because why not? To be honest, it's been sitting in the fridge for ages. I'm not a huge fan. I'll drink one once in a while, but cheers. It's better than the fake Pepsi. So right off the bat, we have these little packets. So here they're paper. So Australia has this thing with disposable plastics. They turn everything into like basically a paper kind of product when they can. In the States, you'll see these as well, but they are that old school plastic with a black wrapper. Smile one says, "You are my forever." Fire says, "I got this." They've had some really funny sayings on these in the States. These, meh. So I have some absolute Taco Bell staples here. I have a Crunchwrap Supreme. Here it's called a Cheesy G Choco, which I think is supposed to be like a cheesy gordita crunch if you're over in the States. A chicken quesadilla, little like churro twist for dessert, and nachos and cheese. So we're going to go through these. These are very similar, if not supposedly identical, to the ones that I had in the States. Just keeping in mind that I've had these before and they were a huge letdown. Starting off with the Crunchwrap Supreme. If you guys have never had one of these, it's basically all the inside things for a taco, including like the hard shell taco in here, all wrapped up in a flour tortilla and toasted. But I'm a little bit of a child sometimes and I don't like tomatoes, so I didn't get tomatoes on mine. So we're going to try it with the mild sauce and see how this goes. And obviously you kind of just have to pour it on top because there's no way to actually pour it in one of these things since everything is totally folded up, but cheers. I'm going to take a second bite just because that was mostly like tortilla. So I'm actually shocked because these taste really, really close to the ones back home. The ones back home have a little bit more flavor. There's a little bit more salt. Yeah, I think there's typically a little bit more cheese. Maybe this place is just cheap on cheese, but pretty close actually, a lot closer than the Taco Bell I remember having when I first moved over here. And to be honest, I grew up on Taco Bell. I remember the taste very clearly. It's a very distinct taste. It is the perfect kind of drunk food. This is actually pretty close. I don't know if they made some sort of recipe change. I don't know if they made changes to make it closer to what it is in the States. But overall, it's not bad. Moving on to the Cheesy G Taco, which to be honest, this does not look all that appetizing. Like it is absolutely falling apart and there is kind of a mess. But we'll put a little bit of hot sauce on here and see how this goes. Like I said, this is the cheesy gordita crunch or something like that they call over in the States. But same idea, you have a really soft, very pillowy tortilla, not just like a regular tortilla, but it's very soft and pillowy with cheese that they then put a hard shell taco in and basically put a regular taco in here. So cheers. Flavor-wise, there's just something missing in here, and I don't know what it is. Obviously, it's an ingredient that's probably illegal in Australia, but you can get in the States. Overall, as far as food goes, it's not that bad for a takeout Taco Bell. Okay, so next we're moving on to the chicken quesadilla, which is totally split in half, which is fine. So in the States, the chicken quesadilla isn't really a small thing like this typically. Like you can get a full quesadilla meal, and you guys, those are so good. The sauce that they put in there is this like creamy chipotle sauce, and there's always a ton of cheese. Like that was one of my go-to meals, was like just a chicken quesadilla from Taco Bell. It was so good. But yeah, they've got a little mini version where it's like really the size of a quarter of the ones that you get in the States, but it's a little cold. I think it's probably just delivery wise. I don't think that's them, but hopefully it's still good. Like without the chipotle creamy kind of sauce in here, it's just chicken and cheese on a flour tortilla. There's no salt, there's no flavor. Like, you could try throwing one of these on here, and I was kind of disappointed. Typically, I did order this off of Uber Eats. Typically, you're able to order side sauces whenever you order takeaway from anywhere. This didn't give you the option. They just threw 2 random sauce packets in the bag. Yet that doesn't really save it. So, not bad so far. This one was a letdown, but so far it's actually pretty good and a lot better than the Taco Bell I remember getting when I first moved over. So next up we have the nachos and cheese, and I'm a little concerned about the color. So, nacho cheese, bright orange cheese, very American, seems like it's going to be on point. But the tortilla chips that they gave us are covered in this sort of orange dust. Like, look at that. That looks like a nacho cheese Dorito. That does not look like just a regular Taco Bell chip. I'm going to try this without the cheese first because I want to know what this coating is. Like, it doesn't taste like any kind of Dorito I've had before, but it tastes like if there was a knockoff Dorito that you can get from the dollar store. That's what this would be. Somehow managed to bite down the wrong way and stab myself with the corner of the chip. These are also a little bit harder, a bit crunchier than the ones in the States. Like, these are really tough a little bit. So let's try with the nacho cheese, which looks exactly like the typical nacho cheese you get in Taco Bell. Bright orange, absolutely nothing natural about it at all. Nothing healthy about it at all. But hey, cheers. And again, something about it is similar, but it just tastes off. So I know that there are ingredients and whatnot that are legal in Australia, but are in the States, which is probably why the taste difference is so vastly different. Everything tastes similar, but different. It does not taste like the Taco Bell in the States. I think if I got this back home in the States, I'd be really confused and wondering what's going on. Knowing that there are certain ingredients that aren't allowed here, it does make sense that everything has a little bit of a milder taste. It's a little bit watered down. I will say there's this sort of artificial taste that comes with a lot of American takeout food, even a lot of Australian takeout food too. Like, Red Rooster doesn't really taste like homemade fried chicken. It tastes like, okay, preservative sort of filled fast food takeaway fried chicken. You taste a lot of artificial stuff even in the Australian stuff as well. Even though I know this is nacho cheese dip, it doesn't taste like natural block of cheese. And then last but not least, we have these cinnamon twists. I was obsessed with these as a kid. I mean, I was in love with these as a kid. Absolutely crazy about them. I still get them when we go back over to the States. These are like one of my favorite little takeout fast food snacks. So in the States, they had these like Cinnabon filled ones. Like, they're not cinnamon twisted, like these little balls of dough that are filled with like an icing and covered in cinnamon sugar. They're so good. I really hope they still have them when we go over there. I will film so much more when we go over to the States at the end of this year. You guys, if you have any videos that you want to see from our trip over to the States, let me know down below. More than happy to film some stuff for you guys and show you guys what it's actually like over there. Yeah, let's see if these taste anything like the ones I remember as a kid. Oh man, I'm gonna inhale this bag. Just one more, I'm in my happy place. Those cinnamon twists made up for it. So looking at what I got 6 things. First thing was the drink. It was supposed to be Mountain Dew. Total letdown. It's like Pepsi Max, which I can't even drink because the artificial sugar gives me the worst headaches. So that one's pretty useless. Next up was the Crunchwrap Supreme. That's pretty on point, actually. It doesn't taste quite as good as it does in the States. Like 8 out of 10 as far as similarity. The taste is pretty good though. Same thing with the Cheesy G Taco. It does taste a lot like the one that you can get in the States. Again, missing a little bit of something, but it's still good for what it is. This chicken quesadilla, though, was an absolute letdown. It is so bland, even if you put the sauce on it. Because it doesn't have that like chipotle cream kind of sauce on it, it's just missing something that makes it good. I got chips and nacho cheese, which weren't bad. Like, I'm going to end up finishing those. That's not a problem. But the chips aren't the same as they are in the States. They have this weird little dusting on them, and the cheese, again, just it doesn't taste the same. I feel like, weirdly enough, this is more orange than the nacho cheese that you get in the States, come to think of it. What I remember, it was a little bit more of a paler yellow than this. So the one in Australia actually looks a little bit more artificial than the one you typically get in the States. But who knows, maybe I will do a Taco Bell video when I'm over there. Actually, if you guys have any fast food places you want me to check out while I'm over there, I would love to make a couple of videos like that. I think that would be so fun, so let me know what you guys would want to see. But the cinnamon twist didn't make up for it. They taste exactly like the ones in the States. They're just so good, so sweet. Very light, airy, crunchy, addicting. They're that perfect little snack. So that's it for this video, you guys, trying Taco Bell here in Australia and comparing it to Taco Bell in the States. If you have any other fast food places you want me to try and check out over here in Australia to see sort of how they compare, how they're sort of similar and different, let me know in the comments down below. I think these videos are actually really fun to make. And obviously I get to eat, so I certainly don't mind making them. So let me know your suggestions in the comments down below, you guys. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button down below. It does help support me, helps support this channel, helps push this video out into the algorithm, so that way other people who might like this video can find it as well. Thank you guys so much for your support, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!